Ano silipin? Hoy! Hoy! Takbo na! What's up YouTube? This is Master Renz and welcome back to my channel. So sa videong ito, manonood tayo kay Mindjunkie na ang pamagat ay 10 scary ghost videos you were never supposed to see. Nako, mukhang nagpapahiwatig na baka magsisi tayo pag pinanood natin itong video na to . So subscribe kayo dito kay Mindjunkie. So ano pang iniintay natin? Huwag natin patagalin to. Let's go sa go.
A young man named Danny shared the clip you're about to see back in February this year. Danny claims to have seen some strange, unexplainable phenomena along the coastline of Lima, Peru, so he decides to record a live stream while walking around late at night in the hopes to capture something on camera. At 12:30 a.m, Danny runs into a stray dog, and this is where things start to get creepy.
12:30, late night na to .
Te vas a caer. Mano, esto no es un perro, mano. Este es un aviso de algo, huevón. Poco, huevón, ¿ah? Mano, esto está bien sospechoso, huevón.
Sumusunod sa kanya, ito nakakatakot
bien
to.
Sospechoso. Voy a seguir avanzando, ¿ok? No voy
Live
a correr,
to,
hermano. Espera, todavía no voy a correr. Eran choros, hermano. Ya sé, pero por eso te digo. Es el perro se convirtió en humano. ¿Qué hablan, mano? Oh, mano, a la firme, ¿saben qué?
Kung nasa na, nawala yung sumusunod sa kanya. Ito yung nakakatakot. Pag mga late night na yan, mga 12:30, di ba maglalakad ka sa daan, yung nakakatakot tapos may sumusunod sa'yo. Di ba yung mga hold up, di ba? Siyempre sasaktan ka nila. Ito yung mga delikado. Wala na yung sumusunod sa kanya. Huwag mo nang hanapin. Lakad ka lang.
Está muy extraño todo, mano.
A person in dark clothes can be seen following behind Danny, but they eventually disappear from view. Danny thinks the person was a thief who could have been planning to rob him until they saw that he was live streaming. However, the next person Danny encounters is more difficult to explain.
Ano kaya ito? Ang kasabwat nun? Ito. Uy, tumingin no? Parang hindi tao
Escúchame. Mano, este pata está arriba, huevón. Mano, escúchame. Mano, mira cómo traspasa su cuerpo. ¿Vieron?
Wala. Live stream to
A man in a hat is standing behind Danny, but as he moves, we see that his body...
Ayan no, tignan nyo siya kung tao yan. Ano bang tawag yan? Hindi siya parang translucent or transparent kung tawagin. Talagang malalaman mong figure na tao i-compare doon sa nakita niya kanina. I-compare niya to. Ito, pagpapansin niyo, parang ano siya, translucent ba kung tawagin. Hindi siya tao.
appears see-through. As Danny records, the man seems to fade away into thin air. Danny and his viewers were shocked, especially since this was recorded during a live stream, which would have made it pretty hard to fake. Many viewers speculate that what Danny caught on camera was a kind of paranormal entity called a karasiri. In Peruvian folklore, a karasiri is similar to a vampire, and if that's really what this was, Danny had a lucky escape. But the question remains, just where did this figure go?
Maputla yung itsura eh.
Do you have a creepy clip to share? Send your song and we... My prefecture in Japan is known for its ghost stories and haunted locations. One of these locations, which is said to be one of the most haunted places in Japan, is the Sugiya Hotel. It's the oldest hotel in Mai, and until it was abandoned, it was a popular place for tourists to stay. Hiro and Tomo from the Japanese ghost hunting channel, a Magatoki film, decide to investigate the Sugiya Hotel due to the many ghost stories surrounding it. within minutes of entering the hotel, they begin to hear disturbing noises. However, the team carries on with their exploration, albeit with a lot more fear than when they first started. They soon discover a narrow staircase that leads up to some of the old guest rooms. Here, T-San explores on his own for a few moments, and that's when he records this.
Ano kaya lalabas dito? Ayun, may black lady. Tapos nawala. Baka umakit yun. Ayun o. Baka umakit lang yun. Nahihiya yun. Naku, ano kaya to? Nahigalabutan ako ah. Ay, ayun nga oh. Ito na, mukha na. Nagpakita na yung mukha ng babae.
Something dark can be seen in front of the staircase. At first, T-San doesn't notice it, but he says he felt like someone or something was watching him. When he watches the footage back with Hiro, he claims that this is what he saw in the abandoned guest room. So, could this be one of the ghosts that is said to haunt the old Sugiya hotel?
Ay, katakot ah. Kinibutan ako.
This next series of clips was shared to social media by Rabioso, who claims to have caught a ghost on camera. Rabioso is walking home from work one night when he spots something near his house that doesn't look right. Freaked out, he starts recording and goes to investigate.
Estoy llegando a mi casa. Y ven el árbol, ven allá.
Ay.
¿Lo ven? Acá. Ahí en el medio.
Kaya ganyan, no? Ang hilig-hilig nilang umuwi ng late night. Tapos pag may mga ganyang pangyayari, matatakot din sila, no? Dapat mga ganyan, nagpapasama sila eh.
Hay como una figura oscura.
No, ano
Me
yun?
llamó muchísimo la atención de la cuadra anterior que lo veía. A ver, vamos acá. Mi casa está acá a la vuelta. ¿Eh? No hay nada. No sé.
Rabioso says he can see a dark figure by one of the trees near his house, a figure that appears to be phasing in and out of view. However, when he checks around the tree, there's nothing there, just empty space, as if whatever Rabioso saw has vanished into thin air. The very next night, Rabioso is relaxing at home when he's suddenly disturbed by some unsettling noises coming from outside. At first, he tries to ignore them, hoping they'll stop, but they just keep going. Eventually, Rabioso decides to take a look, and what happens next sends him running back inside in terror.
Estoy sintiendo hace un rato ruido acá atrás. No sé qué mierda es. Oh, esto es re
Dapat
oscuro.
pinakinggan mo na lang.
Hey, hola.
Tapos tinawag mo pa. Siyempre lalabas yan. Oh, patay tayo dyan. Ayun na nga ba sinasabi ko eh.
¿Qué carajo es eso? Ah, una sombra y veo cosas por todos lados. Este es un cuarto, la casa de acá atrás es como un cuarto que guardamos cosas, pero
Chismoso pa. Titignan
estoy
pa.
sintiendo como un golpeteo. Bueno, no nada.
Hoy!
Ey.
Patay tayo dyan.
Todo el tiempo.
May
ruido,
huminga.
Todo el tiempo ruido. No.
Ay, naku, patay.
No.
Oh.
Mysterious voices can be
Loko-loko. Niyaya kang lumapit. Pupunta-punta ka dyan. Tapos ngayon naatas ka.
heard as if people we can't see are standing right next to Rabioso. Creeped out, he runs back inside. In this next clip, Rabioso hears sounds coming from his daughter's room, but she's not at home. He quickly goes inside to see what's going on, and then things take an even creepier turn.
¿Se escucha el ruido? Acá está la habitación de mi hija.
Dapat bago ka umuwi nagpagpag ka muna.
Hey. Uy, se siente re fría esta habitación.
Baka may aircon.
¿Qué carajo?
Ay, naku, patay. Naku, patay tayo dito. Lagot ka, pinaiyak mo.
Concha de tu madre, la concha de tu madre. Otra vez, ¿eh?
Naku.
Cuidado acá, amigo.
Mabuksan mo, wag. Ayan.
¿Qué onda?
As soon as Rabioso steps inside his daughter's bedroom, a bone-chilling wave of cold washes over him. Then, a series of creepy noises can be heard, including heavy breathing and crying. A ball is even thrown off the bed, narrowly missing Rabioso, who quickly darts out of its way. Towards the end of the clip, it seems as if the noises are coming from inside the wardrobe. But when Rabioso opens it up, he finds only his daughter's toys. And one of them starts playing a haunting tune, mysteriously all on its own. Soon, he begins to hear the sound of heavy rain outside, which adds to the creepy atmosphere, and noises begin to echo down the hall from other rooms in the house. Rabioso keeps recording and goes to check it out.
Silipin mo na naman, tas tatakbo ka. Dilim mo. Saan mo ilaw? Sa cabinet yan. Palagi ko yung laruan uli yan. Huwag mo na silipin. Huwag mo na silipin. Hoy!
The strange noises follow him around the house, eventually leading him back to his daughter's bedroom. But once again, all he finds is one of his daughter's toys in the wardrobe. Then suddenly, a terrifying gasp startles him, and the footage ends there. For a few nights after this, the activity seems to calm down, but then things get a whole lot worse. After getting home from work late one night, Rabioso hears noises coming from his daughter's bedroom again. What he captures on camera has left viewers terrified.
Hindi mo kasi pa-blessing yung bahay mo. Uy, bumukas. Mas walang tao.
Yo había apagado la luz ahí. Oh, esto me da muchísimo miedo.
door handle begins to rattle violently before it is suddenly yanked open, but there's no one on the other side. It scares him so badly, he decides to leave the house in the middle of the night to stay with a friend. But just as he gets outside, this happens.
Ano? Umalis ka na dyan. Isilipin mo pa eh. Isilipin mo, tatakbo ka na naman.
Esa mi perra tiene un cono, pero se escucha algo raro.
Ano yun? Uy! Takbo na!
Something manifests itself out of the darkness. Something.
Umaan yung buhok ko. Inikil. Abi, katakot to
that resembles a face. Rabioso believes that this is what he saw behind the tree and that it followed him home. He says it's haunting him and has no idea how to get rid of it. So, what would you do in Rabioso's situation? Let me know.
Kaganyan pagpag, di ba? Lagi magpapagpag. Gabi to Ilang sigaw ako dun. Gabi Natakot yung fairness, natakot. Kinilabutan maano yung buko eh. Pati mga ano ko dito Gabi.
I recently came across a creepy photo while scrolling through social media that viewers are struggling to explain. The photo was uploaded back in March 2025, with the uploader explaining that it was taken by their father on a family camping trip over 10 years ago. The uploader says that their father took the photo with a digital camera and didn't notice anything unusual at the time, but when he saw the photo later, he was shocked by what he had accidentally caught on camera. The family built a campfire and sat around it relaxing and telling stories, but little did they know someone or something shows up uninvited. Some sort of apparition-like thing can be seen sitting in an empty camping chair. At first, the uploader's father tried to explain it as a simple lens flare caused by the light of the fire, but the longer he looked at it, the more doubt crept into his mind. The uploader speculates that their father could have captured a ghost on camera, perhaps a relative who passed away. But what do you think? Is this a ghost as the uploader suggests? Drop a comment with your thoughts.
Palagay niyo multo yun. Comment nyo na lang kung multo o hindi.
In the middle of the night, Toby, the man behind the Urbex YouTube channel Unknown Worlds, is exploring an abandoned house in a Swedish forest. Toby says he has driven past the house a few times and has always felt curious about it. In this video, Toby works up the courage to explore the house. He brings a thermal imaging camera, which he says will help him to see if anything's inside. When he doesn't see the heat signatures of any people inside the abandoned house, he thinks it's safe to enter. However, what he captures on camera would prove him to be very wrong about that.
Thermal camera na siya. Uy, nakatingin. Patakbo na siya Kahit sino mapapatakbo pag gaganon.
Toby looks around the abandoned house when suddenly his thermal imaging camera picks up a heat signature, one that looks disturbingly like a person peeking out from one of the rooms. Toby immediately runs out of the house, and when he uploads the video to his YouTube channel the next morning, his viewers spot something truly shocking. Toby recorded the house from outside with his thermal imaging camera, and many viewers claim that the mysterious person was already watching him from the darkness before Toby even went inside.
Wollen wir erstmal durch die Wärmebildkamera gucken, ob wir hier eventuell jetzt schon etwas
Minaman
sehen.
na pala siya eh.
So.
Ayun nga oh.
Ja. Das sieht jetzt natürlich nicht so vertrauenserweckend aus. Laut Wärmebildkamera ist es an den ganzen Öffnungen vom Haus sehr viel wärmer.
Ayan no. Itong nangyari na to. May nakasulat lang eh. Yun no.
Als draußen. Zumindest laut den Farben.
Hindi niya napansin noong una pa lang.
Sehen wir, an den Kaltstellen sind es 7 Grad und an den warmen sind es 9. Das heißt, es könnte eventuell auch ein Trugschluss sein. Ich werde jetzt hier erstmal...
Hindi niya napansin.
Toby says he didn't notice anything at the time, but his viewers were quick to point out that there appears to be a person watching from one of the windows. Once he realized what a terrible mistake he made that night, Toby says he feels lucky he got out of that house alive. After all, he has no idea what this mysterious stranger was planning.
Share ko lang. Nung may experience din ako sa pag-explore, yung first solo talaga na explore sa abandon. Tanda ko nun, feeling ko ganun, may nakasilip sa akin. Talaga, as in, i-upload ko siya eh. Panoorin nyo. Pagpasensya na yung kuha ko dun. Talagang kinakabahan talaga ako. Kasi hindi yung feeling ko dun. Kumbaga, hindi mo kailangan maging masyadong matapang. Lalo na sa mga ganyang pangyayari, baka may nagmamasid sa'yo. Tapos ang masama pa nun, yung flashlight ko unti-unti na humihina. Yun pa yung kinakatakutan ko nung time na yun. Siyempre lalo na first timer sa pag-explore ng mga abandon. So yun yung nakakatakot sa mga ganyan.
A young couple recently bought their dream home and have been documenting their renovation projects on their social media, GBTV. The house dates back to the 1920s and contains a lot of historical surprises, but not all of them are pleasant. Shortly after moving in, they find a hidden room which contains an antique Bible, and if that isn't creepy enough, in the footage you're about to see, the couple notices a hatch in the ceiling that leads to an attic. They decide to take a look and discover something very disturbing amongst the dust and darkness.
We had to open it.
Curious, they open it up to see what's inside.
Its contents are a bit disturbing.
The couple are freaked out by their discovery, but now they're even more curious about what else they might find in the attic. Taking a look around, they notice a few items have been stuffed into the cracks of the walls.
You won't believe what we found now. A photo was pushed behind the shawl. Is this the family who lived here before us?
Baka sila may akin ng box. Mga nakuha nila.
The children all have a strange look in their eyes.
After finding an old mirror, the couple discovers an old photograph was hidden behind an old shawl, shoved into a crack, as if whoever put it there wanted it to stay hidden. And the scariest thing, one of the men in the photograph has his eyes blacked out. The couple ask themselves, is this a photo of the family who originally owned the house? And why would the man in the photo have his eyes blacked out? But the more the couple investigated the mysteries of the house, the more chilling details they would uncover. A few nights later, they decide to do some renovations in the attic when they come across something else, something that maybe should have stayed hidden.
I was only trying to fill the gaps in the wall with insulation. But this story keeps getting darker.
Maliit na chest.
It looks old. And there's writing carved into the lid.
Salita yun.
It's locked. I wonder if there's a key.
An old box was hidden behind the bricks of a wall. Disturbingly, writing is carved onto its lid, written in Welsh, but translated to English, it reads, "Do not release." We can also see a pentagram scratched into the box's side, a symbol that is said to protect against evil. However, the couple does not heed the warning.
Pasaway kayo, binuksan nyo pa man. Binuksan nyo pa din.
Really strange objects were inside. Like this small pendant necklace. What looks like a burnt piece from a Ouija board. It's covered in wax. A second key. And this lock of hair.
Despite the cryptic warning, they open the box. Inside, they find a silver necklace, a burned piece from a Ouija board, a lock of hair, and a mysterious key. Several viewers warned the couple to stop investigating this mystery, speculating that a malevolent spirit was contained within the box, and it has now been released. However, the couple continued. Since they found the key, they believe there's another box hidden somewhere in the attic, and eventually find one hidden underneath the floorboards and decide to open it.
This was hidden under our floorboards. A black box, completely covered in wax. The edges are sealed and something stuck in the lid. Don't hate me, but I needed to know what was inside. It fits, but the hole is full of wax. I had to melt it. It still wouldn't turn, so I had to upgrade the tools and break it open. The realtors definitely didn't mention this in the advert. We're a bit concerned about who used to live here. Apparently the writing marked on the lid translates to "Don't let her speak."
The box springs open to reveal an old Ouija board and another Welsh message scratched into the lid. In English, it reads, "Don't let her speak." Viewers were incredibly creeped out by these clips, with many warning the couple that they had inadvertently opened a Dybbuk box. In Jewish folklore, these boxes are used to trap demons. If that's really what the couple found, then they just released a demon into their home. But what does this have to do with all the items they found? Several viewers think that someone who used to live in the house a long time ago practiced witchcraft or dark magic. But what do you think? Let me know down below.
Pasaway talaga, no? Sabi nga, do not release. Binuksan pa din. Ayan. Bebehan mo. Yung silang pinakawalang hindi kaaya-aya.
Social media user Johan works in a convenience store. One stormy night, there were no customers, so Johan was all alone. Since he doesn't have a lot to do, he starts organizing stock behind the counter. Everything seems quiet, but then something happens that Johan really can't explain.
Ano kaya mangyayari? Maynila.
Johan says he felt something pull on his hood, and the CCTV camera recorded the whole thing. According to Johan, the force of the pull was strong enough that he thought someone was yanking on his hood to get his attention. But when he turns around, there's no one there. Johan's viewers think something paranormal could have been at play here. Some even suggest that a poltergeist could have been playing a trick on him. But what's your verdict? And just What pulled his hood? Let me know.
Gusto lang namin yung hood. Ay, hood pala, sorry, hood.
This next clip was captured by a CCTV camera in a grocery store. An employee at the store says strange things have been happening on the premises ever since her co-worker passed away in a tragic accident. She claims that things have gone missing. Customers have complained about hearing mysterious voices, and several employees even say they've seen a dark, shadowy figure lurking between the aisles. One day, the employee was keeping an eye on the security feed, just in case of any trouble, when she suddenly witnesses something totally unexpected.
Watch this. Okay, you see this dude? Okay. Watch all of this over here.
Ano mangyayari dyan? Naku, patay tayo dyan. May sumilip.
Items are thrown from a refrigerator, crashing to the floor just after a customer walks past. If this was just a one-off, the employees at the grocery store might think there is a logical explanation for this, but it's another creepy occurrence in a long list of similar phenomena. This has led them to speculate that their co-worker's ghost is haunting the grocery store, but whether he's just playing tricks on unsuspecting customers, or if there's something more sinister going on, is still a mystery.
Number 2 na.
Late one night, Nadia from the United States is about to drive home after taking a walk around a park. It's a warm and calm evening with no wind, which is why the footage you're about to see just doesn't make sense. Across from where Nadia is parked is a children's playground, and Nadia is about to drive off when she notices something that gives her the creeps. Wanting to record it on camera, she quickly grabs her phone and hits record.
Ako. Baka naman may dumuyan dyan. Tapos biglang umalis.
One of the swings in the playground can be seen moving about wildly, almost like something we can't see is swinging on it. Since Nadia says it wasn't windy that night, it's hard to come up with a logical explanation for this. We can see that none of the trees in the background are blowing about. Some viewers think Nadia may have recorded proof that the playground is haunted by the ghost of a child, but I'm curious to know what you think. Is this something paranormal? If not,
Baka ano lang yan. Yung saktong kaalis lang nung gumamit ng duyan. Siyempre nilalaho lang. Ganyan na kami nung mga nung bata pa ako, ganyan kami ng mga kalaro ko eh. Pag may mga duyan, paglalahan namin kung pagagalawin namin, pahakon namin multong nagpagalaw ng duyan. Ewan ko, kasi although sa, walang hangin. Ewan ko kung palagay nyo may paranormal dito or wala. Pero sa akin lang, baka nga lang siguro, nagkataon lang din dumating yung kumukuha ng video. Akala niya may multo nga.
what else could cause something like this to happen?
Okay, number 1 na.
The final series of clips in this week's compilation were uploaded to social media by Leandro Petricoli. I think that's how you pronounce it. Leandro says his house is haunted by a ghost. When he moved in, his new neighbours warned him that the woman who lived in the house before him passed away under tragic circumstances. They think her spirit remains in the house, seeking revenge and unable to move on. Leandro is skeptical of the paranormal, so he doesn't let that put him off. But then one night, Leandro is in the kitchen when he hears some strange noises.
Uy! Uy, paano nangyari yan?
Meu Deus do céu, que é isso, velho?
Gagi, paano nangyari yan? Oh!
Que isso, cara?
Paano nangyari yun? Nako po, umandar mag-isa. Hoy! Ano yan? Uy!
Leandro is now convinced that all this activity is linked to the spirit of the woman his neighbours warned him about. But what do you think is going on here? Is Leandro's home haunted? You tell me. Thanks so much.
Ayan. Hindi ka nakikinig sa kapitbahay mo. Minulto ka tuloy. Yung sa electric pan, naalala ko yung kwento ni Boy Patatas eh. Shoutout pala Boy Patatas. Sa mga tropa natin yan, kila Boss Benok, kila Ma'am JD Files, kay Ponggoy, sino pa ba? Kay Sir Teng, yan. Subscribe kayo dyan sa kanila. Saka si Ma'am, sino pa ba? JD Files. Ice Domingo yan, Ma'am Ice Domingo. So, shoutout din. Saka shoutout dun sa pamangkin ng girlfriend ko, si Leklek. Yan. Thank you so much sa panonood ng video. Saka kay Sir Ruben. Yun. Thank you sa suporta. Pati yung mga nagko-comment dyan sa mga videos ko. Shoutout po sa inyong lahat. So yun, subscribe kayo dito kay Mindjunkie. Kami natakot ako dun lalo na sa last part. So subscribe kayo, Mindjunkie. Napakaganda ng mga video. Para sa akin, underrated tong channel na to eh. Mga napapansin kasi sila Nook's Top 5, sila Darkest Secret. Ito, solid din tong video na to. So saka syempre, subscribe kayo sa akin channel na Master Renz at pakiclick na ng bell button para lagi tayo magkasama sa panonood. Thank you so much po sa pagsama. Ingat po kayo palagi.